Good day to all of you. My name is Cole from the Trade Tank community, and today we will be doing the weekly forecast for you guys. In this weekly forecast, we will be trying to look at what the past has done to try and predict the future. This week we will be going over Bitcoin, XRP, ICX, Sol, ETH and SHIB. So sit back and relax and let me start off with Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, let's start off with the weekly first. Let's have a look at what this has been doing. So as we talked before, or as we talk on the stream a lot, we have been looking at these high ranges. Because we made these high ranges, it was okay for Bitcoin to come back down again. And important is for the people that don't watch our streams that often, even if Bitcoin were to come all the way down to 49, 48 level case, it would still be very bullish. We have achieved the previous highs. If they were to come back down to the midpoint of the whole swing, this would still be a bullish retracement. The most important thing that we would have to do afterwards is go back above the previous highs again, preferably even touch the all-time high candle right here, and then come back down, hold it, and then do a blast. That, in my opinion, would be a very, very nice weekly continuation pattern. But as you see, they've been touching the stop side. They swept out previous range on the daily, on the weekly on Bitcoin, and are now attempting to go up. Now, what am I looking for in this daily structure is I'm actually having two longs from this downside, and I'm actually looking for them to reattempt and touch this bottom side of the move to the high. If they can this time achieve that, I'm looking for them to go all the way to here to 63,300. So these for me will still both be shorting zones. If they can't hold, like if they start to distribute here, meaning if they slow down the price, if they can't start trading above it, I will be looking for shorts for sure. Because what are we trying to do right now? We're trying to make Bitcoin bearish on the daily. If we want to make Bitcoin bearish on the daily, we have to do a retest and then a move down. And if they then break the move that brought us to the retest, that would mean that we would be in a downtrend on the daily on Bitcoin. Because we are already on a downtrend on the 4 hour all the way from here, because then we broke the move that brought us to the retest. So I will be looking for shorts. I'm kind of already looking for shorts right now, because on the 1 hour in Bitcoin, yeah, we are making a new high. But if we can't go all the way into the purple area, I think that this might still be an insignificant high that is there to be lost in order to come back down. So this would be one of the bearish cases. Let me then bring you over to one of the bullish cases that I'm currently looking out for. And that would be, let's say we make a very nice high from this on out. So we go up, we retest this, we make a very good high, come back then down, we hold the high range, and then we finally have enough oomph or enough power to try and go all the way to 63s. At 63s, I'm actually more, I'm looking more for shorts rather than the 60Ks. Mainly because I just like this higher range. This bottom range has already been tested, and if we go all the way up here again, there's this probability for a proper refill and then a new move to the all-time highs. So that's kind of what I'm playing as well. So those are my two bullish case scenarios. And then of course the bearish one is just an expansion of this bottom one. So let me make this one green as well, so it's kind of clear for you guys what I am looking for. So if we come back down all the way here, I would then look for a midpoint rejection into the low all the way to 50k, and those will be, in my opinion, the plays that I will be looking out for. Now Bitcoin kind of has to go now, as I said before. If they don't really go, this would be an insignificant high for me, and I would look for shorts if we come back down all the way to 59 and then go back up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. Let's head over to the next pair. So up next we have XRP. So looking at XRP, they kind of went to the zone we wanted them to go to for quite some time now. After going all the way up there, came back down to make the higher low. You really want to hold this, in my opinion. So let's go over the bullish case and the bearish case scenario, right? So for the bearish case scenario, what you don't want them to have happen is, of course, come back down all the way to here, because what you will probably get then is a topside rejection right here and then a new low. And for that new low, we'll have to look to the left, but I kind of like this small portion right here already for a target for XRP then. Now this would, of course, be the bearish case scenario. And if we're thinking that Bitcoin will be will do the bullish case scenario, of course, we can kind of guesstimate, you know, that XRP will do that as well. And for XRP, where we'll actually look for not this bottom side right here. As you see, this already tested that. So we'll be mainly looking for this high range right here. Maybe even a little bit lower, specifically this bottom range is where I will be targeting with my longs. Now let's head over to a little bit of a lower time frame to get a little bit more detail of what XRP is actually trying to do and what levels we really want to hold. And in my opinion, this one is really a level we do want to hold if we do come back down. Now this would be the bottom of the box and this would be the high of the box. So if they don't just pump it on XRP, I'm still okay with looking for some longs all the way down here if they do get there. Main reason being confluences and what we have achieved from midpoints and bottom side achievements. So what am I looking for now is on the hourly, either they come back down, right? But then I'm looking for a sweep of $1.045. So this would be the more detailed box. If we do go back up, what you want them to do is achieve this, hold the midpoint right here, and then make your way higher. What a funny arrow there though. But my main target for XRP for the longs will of course be 118 and 120-ish, maybe even front run for to 117. Because I believe if we go all the way up there, we will probably get a retracement anyway to confirm the failure of the trend reversal. So for the bullish case scenario, kind of looking for a move up all the way to there. We can take some quick PTs there, look for them to come back down all the way to 110 is in my opinion what would look pretty decent for longs. So let's remake this. You're actually looking for an up move, midpoint hold, achievement. Yeah, you can retest it here already, and then you want to go to 117. So that would be the bullish case scenario. Now for the bearish case scenario, it's always the same thing as well, right? You would come back down here, you would reject its bottom side and then continue with the arrow I drew there. Now of course I only have one bullish case scenario right now for XRP, but I really think this would be the way they would do it if they would go up. XRP always loves these quick, big, fast moves. So what you're looking for is you're looking for them to catch. You're looking for basically to catch an achievement, by the retest of the achievement, and then you get like these very strong impulses. So that would be everything for XRP. Let's head over to the next one. Up next, we have ICX. ICX, as you guys know, is one of my favorite crypto coins out there. I know, there's just a lot of history with me and the coin itself. Was my first coin where I made a lot of money on, and since then I just love watching it. So what they actually did was they rejected the level we were looking for, came all the way back down to the zone we wanted them to hold. They held the zone, did a continuation to the level we wanted them to, and from there on out, of course, we didn't predict the price action. So let's look at what they've done. They held the bottom side right here, went all the way up, and just held the trend, in my opinion. So what you're basically looking for now is you want them to achieve 2.33. If they can achieve 2.33, you're looking for them, of course, to achieve on a lower time frame as well. So my preferable play would be to achieve 245 after achieving 233, coming back down, holding high range, achieve it again, then utilize this to pump. That would be one of the bullish case scenarios I want on this one. Now if they reject 233 right now, what you're basically looking for is just a comeback to the origin of the move. That would be the bullish case hold. You want them to afterwards do this one, right? So this one can be used for before or afterwards. The bearish case scenarios would then be, of course, if they do lose it, or if they go here, reject midpoint, they can achieve it, come back down, reject it again, and then continue to the lower side. This would be the bearish case scenario, of course, not the bullish case one. So you have bullish retracement, then do the pump, bullish retracement, fail to achieve, come back down, retest the midpoint, then dump. So these are the two scenarios I'm looking out for. Now let's look at some zones. ICX doesn't have that much history, should remember that. I don't know if there is a price though that goes above 2.62. I don't think there is. So if we do come back down, you will of course try and hold these lows, right? You will always try and hold the origin of the swing that created the highs. But if they can't, then you're looking, of course, for 1.15 again. And that's, again, why I love this coin. Look at the swings, man. It's insane. So, two bullish case scenarios, two bearish case scenarios. And what to look out for is mainly if they do retrace all the way here, what do they achieve afterwards. And if they achieve all the way to here, of course this is applicable as well, but then over here. If they lose the support level again, can they re-achieve it? And if they re-achieve it, will they use this in order to try and fight these all-time highs? So that's it for ICX. Let's head over to the next one. Okay, so up next we have Sol. First of all, we were looking for them to make a new all-time high here, come back to the low right there, and then try to pop it off again. And it looks like they did that as well. Now afterwards, they came back all the way to the move that brought us to these highs, which is kind of nice, of course, but what do we want them to do next, right? On the daily, of course, it's kind of clear what you want them to achieve. It's all the way right here. So you kind of want price all the way to go up there, come back down, hold the higher low. Excuse me, if they can hold a higher low, they have to re-achieve this. So this would be a good point for shorts as well, if you see, for example, Bitcoin failing. If they were to fail there, you would look for them to come all the way back down to the 160 ranges, in my opinion. Now, other than that though, they can achieve this as well, but let's go to the lower time frames, because we kind of need to see this in more detail to kind of know properly what they really have to achieve on the lower time frames as well. So they tried to achieve the top side right here, tried to hold the bottom side of this one, and now you see that they're kind of like succeeding at the second attempt. Now you kind of really want to see them go though, because if they don't go now, they'll probably come back down all the way to here. So if the high fails now, if they can't make a new high, I'm looking for Sol to come back down all the way to 198. If Sol, however, can make a new high, you want them to re-achieve this failure right here. You want them to get above it. So let's make this green. You want them to get above that failure. After getting above that failure, you want them to do a topside hold and then do the blast to the 233 level that you want to achieve as well. After they have achieved that, you know, you can either hold this high range again, or you can come back down all the way to the origin and then achieve it as well. So that's the bullish case scenario, and then the bearish case scenario would be, as I said, let's say they lose it then, retest this, and then come back down here. That would be one bearish case scenario. Second bearish case scenario would of course be the one I just said, is going down here, losing this, maybe even rejecting the midpoint again, and then coming back down all the way to that 160 level. So these are the levels I would be looking out for. I grabbed along over here on Sol. I'm just hoping, well, not hoping, but my next PTs are all the way up here. So yeah, kind of waiting for that to happen. So these are my cases that we'll be looking out for Sol. Let's head over to the next pair. So then looking at ETH perp. I'm looking at the daily wise. What I'm mainly looking for ETH is they haven't really done a bottom side retest yet. So I'm actually kind of hoping, let's say that Bitcoin does fail, right? I was talking that Bitcoin might fail. If they do fail on the 1 hour, I'm actually looking for ETH to make one last high, touch these. Yeah, okay, they have kind of properly touched it already, and are actually, you know, I like the price action a little bit more for shorts on ETH, as this is the bottom side of the short, and of course you then still have this higher range as well. So if they can achieve this bottom side right here, meaning if they cannot get above it and trade above there, you're kind of looking for them to go up there all the way, right? But that would be, of course, be the bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario would be that they would just reject this bottom side right here. If they can reject this bottom side, and they reject it quite hard, what I then think for the bearish case scenario is coming all the way back here, looking for that Quasimodo of over-under play, whatever people call it nowadays. Go all the way up there, well, down there, and look for another bottom side rejection right here, and then make a new low. That would be the bearish case scenario on ETH. Bullish case scenario is of course trying to go up here, all the way up here, and then getting into that higher range level. Now there are other options as well, right? If they come all the way to the bottom side and they do it quick and they don't, you know, trade too much in the bottom side of this block right here, then what you're basically looking for is you're looking for them to go up here, make the higher low, then do the blast, retest it, achieve it, and then go to that higher range, right? So these are the scenarios I mainly will be looking out for on ETH, because yeah, maybe we're kind of in front for a retrace. Let's say as well, right, maybe a tip for some other people, if you're looking at the weekly and the weekly is looking good and you're expecting the weekly to go up, right? Think about this. Very often you have a move to the upside, and this might be where price closes. But of course, if you had an up move, you achieved something. So very often at the start of the week, you want to come back down to then later on in the week actually make the up move of the price that you have just achieved. So that's kind of what I will be expecting on ETH and everything kind of after this weekly close. Maybe there will be a small retracement into the move to the upside right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for on the higher time frames on ETH. And to be honest, this purple area and this topside purple area will be two areas where I am still interested in shorts. How will I play this? Of course, something like this, right? Where you make a new move to the high, you lose it, and then you lose this as well, and then you kind of have the same thing as here. So that's it for ETH. Let's head over to the last pair, Shiba Inu. So looking at this last pair, Shiba Inu. I know a lot of people love this one. I like trading it as well, but sadly enough, I'm really still looking for it to come back down, and quite a bit. I'm actually looking for it to go to 3065. Now, of course, I'll tell you guys as well what they have to do if they want to sustain new highs and if they really want to go up. Now, they have done one good thing already, right? So they tried to hold this right here, as you see yourself. They tried to hold it. They actually re-achieved bottom sides. So now it's only a matter of, did this achievement work? So what you want them to do is hold this, re-achieve previous move to the low that brought us there, come back down, retest it, and then flip the chart, right? This would be your classic accumulation. So of course this would be the bullish case scenario. Now, how would the bearish case scenario look is, we go up, right, and we actually fail. Well, not fail, but we don't really hold higher ranges. So the closes we're actually having are pretty bearish. And because of that, we can sometimes guesstimate that the level that we afterwards want to hold for a pump will now be a rejection into the dump, right? So then I'm looking for them to come back down, hold around 3620, go back up and reject this bottom side again, and then we'll see whatever happens. Because then the same scenario will actually be possible as we just did, right? So after making this higher low, we can then indeed try and achieve this again to then hold topside and then try to pump. So this is one scenario, and of course this can then fail again, and then I believe we will be at 3065. So let's have a quick look or a quick glance at the lower time frame price action here. Okay, I'm actually expecting a smaller move down still. And from the point that it enters this right here, I'm kind of interested in longs. So we'll see if they get in there. I'll be probably putting an alert there, of course, non-flinching advice, and then we'll see if they can re-achieve the midpoint if they bounce from there, because we don't know, right? So we will see what happens. The main important area that you want them to achieve will be this one. So you want price to get above 4,750 again, to have a higher probability of then making higher highs than this high, which would then make us pump quite big.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get free coaching from one of our top traders, please make sure to check out our Trader 10 supporters page on how to get this free coaching. Thank you very much and see you later.